Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Danny Rainmaker Dominguez, the Houston Realtor, and today I am happy to bring you another video. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure that if you like this video, leave a thumbs up. If you like this content, subscribe to this channel. And if you have anything to say, leave it in the comment below. I'll be happy to respond to anything you have to say. So, this one is geared to those people who have thought or have uh, been thinking about what they need to do in order to build wealth. And I know many of us are looking to do that and want to do that. And one of these many ways to do it is what I'm going to talk to you about right now. And have you ever thought to yourself, what can I do now in order to start increasing my wealth or start increasing my income or start bettering myself for the future? Well, one of the many, many ways that millionaires and people with wealth become millionaires, and there's many of ways to do it, is through business. Yes, through business. What do I mean by that? Well, when most millionaires or people of wealth have and own a business. They start a business, they grow it, and then they sell it or they reap the benefits of the continual cash flow or income. In other words, they scale the business. That is one of the most common ways that people end up becoming millionaires or people of wealth. So, business is a ride. I want you guys to understand that business is a journey and business is a puzzle. So it is complicated. Okay, it's not as simple as I'm just going to open up a business and if I build it, it will come. Not necessarily. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know exactly how you're going to do it. You need to know what you're going to do if things get tough, and you need to know what to do to grow the business. So it's like a problem, like a math problem. You have to plug in equations, solve for x, and you're doing this all while you are operating the business. At the same time, you're running multiple parts. You're fulfilling every part of the business. You're the cashier, you're the accountant, you're the salesperson, you're the admin, you're the assistant, so it's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. And that's why many people decide not to do it because they rather get a paycheck every 2 weeks. In business, you don't know when you're going to get paid. You only get paid when you make a sale. And that is one of the hardest things and most difficult things to grasp your head around coming from a 9 to 5 job. Ask me how I know. So, that is the biggest thing here. Now, business is likely how people make their millions. That is the most likely way to do it. They open up a business, as we mentioned, and they scale it or they sell it. And it's imperative that if you're looking to increase your lifestyle, increase your quality of life, increase your financial status, your social, mental, all of the aspects that come with wealth, that you understand what's going on around you. In my opinion, I believe that the new economy moving forward will not be the same as how we were used to before. I think the new economy will be more geared towards businesses that have their business model geared towards the online consumer. I think a lot of these brick and mortar businesses that we see today will not survive. There will be a few, but I think a lot of the business that they will generate will come from an online presence. So I think it's imperative that whenever you start a business, that you understand what the economic uh, situation is. And right now, in this current time with the virus, a lot of things have changed. And a lot of people are not going out as much, not because they don't want to, but because they can't. So, with that being said, These are 5 questions you should be asking yourself when you're starting a business. Okay? So, number one, is there a market for your business? Whenever you start a business, doesn't matter if you are the best barber in the world or the best dog walker of all time. Doesn't matter if you are the Michael Jordan of cooking pretzels. If no one is looking for pretzels and no one is buying those type of pretzels, then you will go broke. You will not last long in business. Okay? Successful business owners create businesses that fulfill the needs of the market, not the desires of their own hearts. Remember that. You are here to provide for customers. You are here to provide for clients. And in return, they will compensate you with money. Okay? And that is business. That is business 101. Okay? If you're going to start a business, make sure that there is a market for that business. All right? Number two, is your business scalable? Okay, what does that mean to be scalable? Okay, can your business run without you being involved in the day to day aspect of it? Okay, if no, then you will have a hard time generating enough income to become wealthy from that business. Okay, now if you want to have a hobby, great, you can have a hobby, but don't expect to get rich off or wealthy off of that business. All right. Now, yes, you might be able to even run this business completely dependent on you. However, as I just mentioned, you may not be able to make a sufficient or a significant amount of money doing that. The whole objective of making business a stepping stone to wealth is to be able to scale it, to grow it large enough that you can live off of that and some from the products and the income that it's producing for you. Okay, and also it allows you to separate yourself from that business so that you can do other things to also increase your wealth there, right? Because you don't want to stay stuck in this area and have to do everything and then lose opportunities in another area. You want to be able to do this, grow this, have this run independently away from you, and all you do is oversee it and then do something else here. That is what true entrepreneurs and the wealthy people do. They build businesses, multiple businesses, and increase their income, their streams of income. That's what they do. Okay, so that's number two. Number three, are you passionate about it? Are you passionate about what you're doing? Do you even like the business that you're doing, that you're in? Because if you're in this business, just or whatever business you're in, be it real estate, be it sales, if you're in that business and you don't like what you're doing, the likelihood of you sticking through the tough times, the down times, the trying times, and they will come, is very unlikely. The chances that you will stick through enough to make this business large enough to get you the wealth and the dreams and the desires that you want is unlikely because you're not going to stick in it for long. There's a statistic, I can't even speak, a statistic that says that most businesses fail. I think it's like 90% of businesses fail under 5 years. Many times, this is an uh, attribute to that. That many people do and start businesses because they want to make money, not because they actually like the business, not because they actually enjoy the process. Okay, so be aware that in order to build a business, you need to be ready for hard work. You need to be ready for numerous setbacks. You need to be ready for numerous disappointments. You need to you need to be aware that you're gonna feel like giving up. Okay, you're gonna feel aware that you are gonna be pushed to the limit. You're gonna feel uncomfortable. You're gonna be in a place where you think you're not gonna know how you're gonna pay your bills. But that's all part of business. Okay, the people who make it out of business are the ones that are able to withstand these tough times and evolve and make it no matter what. So, with that being said, number four, are you willing to pivot? So, whenever you open this business that you're looking to open, let's say things aren't going as they should be. Are you willing to make a change or shift of your core functions of your business to accommodate the needs of your customer? Are you willing to do that? Or are you so close minded that you need to be doing this one thing? It doesn't matter if you're making money or not. If that is the case, you will not make it very far. If you are able to pivot, then you have a long and successful way to go. For example, in real estate, for me, I will say that starting out investing, I said I had to come in with the mindset of, um, well, I'm gonna go in and do investing. However, I quickly found out that investing alone will not pay the bills because there's times, especially when you start out and you're building the system, there's times where you won't have the finances coming in every month or every 2 months. Maybe you'll go a couple of months without making a deal happen. So I had to figure out a way to bridge that gap. Thus, I pivoted my investing business to include real estate sales. Therefore, I got my real estate license. So that's an example. There's many other ways to pivot, but you need to figure out how you can continue on the road to scaling the business and continue on the road to operating the business. Okay, getting the money in, paying for expenses, growing, and continuing that cycle, increasing your leads, increasing your lead funnel. Okay, so number five, last but not least, are you willing to continue learning? Okay, very important here. The fact is that many business people, especially the old school business people, tend to believe that because they made it doing that one thing, that they are going to continue to make it doing that one thing. Well, let's take a look at the people that ended up closing their businesses down due to coronavirus. How many of those people do you think are not had to go bankrupt because they couldn't afford the lockdown? I mean, you can do the math and you can do the statistics and you'll know that there's many. Point being is you need to know and go in know thinking that you won't have the answers to everything, that things will change, and that you have to continue sharpening that axe continuously, and building on knowledge, figuring out different ways to get your business to meet the standards and the accommodations and the technology of the current time. So, are you willing to do that? It's nonstop. It's you'll never stop learning when it comes to if you want to be a successful business person, businessman or woman. Are you willing to never stop learning, growing, testing, tweaking, and improving your business? If you have said yes to that answer, then you are definitely ready to go into business. If you think that you are not able to do that, then you may need to consider maybe holding out on opening a business. Because for most people, they go into business thinking that they need to do one thing and that's it. But as I just mentioned, business is a puzzle. So you need to continuously be learning what I need to be doing here, what I need to be doing here. And the funny thing is that as soon as you solve one problem, another problem arises. So it's not like you just by you solving this one problem or learning how to do this one problem that you'll know how to run the business indefinitely. After one problem, there's another problem right after it. There's continuous problems. Gary Vee says it perfectly. You are a firefighter when you are a business person because all you do, majority of the time, is put out fires, solve problems. Solving problems. You have something here, you have a problem with leads, problem with income, have a system issue. You're always solving problems. And so that how do you solve these problems? You have to be ready and you have to learn and be willing to take on this uh, responsibility of self-educating and learning and tweaking, and doing things differently. So let's recap. Number one, is there a market for your business? Number two, is it scalable? Number three, are you passionate about it? Number four, are you willing to pivot? And number five, are you willing to continue to learn? Okay, with that being said, I'm happy. I hope that this brought you guys uh, some value. I hope that this video helped you in some way. And if there's anything that I can do to help, just let me know. Happy to help in any way that I can. So thank you guys. Peace.